My name is Emma Haslam from Your IVF Abroad, and I set up Your IVF Abroad following our own journey with infertility that led to the birth of our little boy, thank you to having fertility treatment abroad. And since 2019 I've helped hundreds of people now around the world to start and grow their families with fertility treatment that is more accessible, more affordable, safe, ethical and supported. And I can see some people are coming on. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk to you about something. I had a call yesterday. Somebody had booked a pick your brain call with me because they were trying to work out whether going abroad is right for them or not. And while it's right for lots of people, it might not always be right for everybody, or perhaps the timing's not right. So they wanted to ask some questions to learn more about it. So they booked this call. And as part of that call, they told me that they had, hey Katie, thanks for joining, that they had booked a consultation at a local fertility clinic. And when we unpacked why they'd chosen that clinic, and I certainly wasn't trying to say to them, oh, don't speak to another clinic, come with me. It was very much from an interest point of view, like, you know, why have you chosen that clinic to kind of have initial conversations with? And it basically came down to, because they're local. Makes a lot of sense, right? Makes a lot of sense that a clinic within an hour's drive of where you might live, logistically, makes loads of sense. And it could be that that clinic absolutely meets their needs. However, when we began to talk about their needs, actually it's very unlikely that the clinic that they're looking to have an initial conversation with is right for them for several reasons. And I think this is because when you look for a clinic based purely on geography, you're not then thinking about, are they right for me in terms of my needs or our needs medically? Also, you might not be considering prices at this point, and fertility treatment can be a numbers game, and you might not be thinking past the first cycle of treatment. And so you're coming at it purely from an ease point of view, and I get it, like I've done this, it makes lots of sense. But what can feel very easy in the beginning might then be harder later on if you make the wrong choice. And it just was a really interesting conversation, and they had their own kind of light bulb moments with this. And whatever decision they make, whether that's to go abroad or to, after the consultation with this clinic, to use that clinic, they're now in a much better position to be asking the right kind of questions to assess whether or not this clinic is right for them, because all fertility treatment is not the same. And that for some people might sound really obvious, but when I first heard that, I was like, well, what do you mean it's not the same? Because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And if you've never had fertility treatment before, or if you've had, I don't know, let's say one round of fertility treatment before, like if nobody's ever pointed that out to you, because let's face it, why would somebody? They wouldn't necessarily. We think that it's all the same, and it's not all the same. And there are clinics that have different specialities. There are clinics that are great at getting to grips with unexplained infertility. You know, so many people are told there's nothing wrong, it's unexplained, when actually unexplained infertility, a lot of the time, it's just that a reason hasn't yet been found. Or people do have a specific diagnosis of something, but they don't realise that perhaps some clinics are better with that and more specialised at that than others, or some doctors. They don't realise that at some places protocols are all standardised, whereas in other places protocols are done on a person by person basis, which is what you want. And you want to be able to, with whatever money that you have got, have enough money to have the treatment that you might need. And nobody can promise you the outcome, of course, but you know, thinking about it being a numbers game, you want to be able to stretch your budget further. And if you're somewhere like in the UK, I mean, money might not be an object to you, but if money is an object to you and you have limited funds, then taking into consideration these things from the off, while it might not feel as easy as going with a local clinic down the road, you're potentially stopping yourself from experiencing problems later on down the line. So it might feel easy now, but if it is the wrong decision, and I'm not saying that it definitely is the wrong decision, but if it is the wrong decision for you, then what feels easy now will not feel easy later. So wherever you go for your fertility treatment, make sure that it is the right place for you. Do your homework and don't just pick somewhere for the ease of logistics if it's not the right place for you. And if you need help with finding a clinic and you want to go abroad, then obviously that's something that I can help you with. So all you need to do is just drop a comment below, drop me a DM, and we can arrange a call and I can chat you through the services that I offer. But I think it just raised a really important point to me, that this is something that lots of people do, and as I said, this is with no judgment. I was one of those people, and it feels easier. And when you're going through something so difficult, ease is certainly something that we want to try and implement where we can, but it's one of those things that actually it might feel easy now, but if it's the wrong decision, it will not feel easy for you later. So I hope that that's been helpful. Enjoy your day, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.